Television. Joining us is Jordan Ninkovich, who is an author and a motivational speaker who's managed to turn what was a pretty ugly experience going through the school system and being bullied for being overweight into something positive.
Yeah.
So you've got a book out now.
I've got a book out, yeah. I was sharing my true life experience.
You kept a journal through high school, which was kind of important to the cathartic process of getting your thoughts out.
Yeah, very. And I shared some of my journal entries in the book to give first-hand experience to the reader and to relate to them on that basis. To share some of the things that actually go on within the school walls. And some of them, actually, my parents and a lot of family members were totally unaware of.
Right.
So I kind of really spilt the beans there and really shared some stories just to interact and connect with people. Yeah.
One of your points is that most people are, if their children are being bullied in school, they can be completely unaware of it.
Oh, completely unaware.
Even though they may be very good parents and think that they're clued in to everything that's going on.
Oh, definitely. 9 out of 10 parents are totally unaware, which is absolutely horrible.
Because kids clam up.
Kids clam up. We don't, like, my folks were definitely unaware that I was bullied.
Even though you were a big kid. At one time, you were 295 pounds.
295, yeah. I should be the bully, right?
Yeah. There's some really kind of heartbreaking stuff in there where you talk about... well, for one incident where you kind of worshiped this girl from afar.
Yeah.
And it just kind of broke your heart when you did manage to speak to her, and then there were people there instantly to denigrate the experience for you, right?
Well, that's how it was, besides just being bullied, I was overweight, and I kind of just stuck out like a sore thumb, right? And no matter what the topic was, I revolved around it.
Right.
And it was pretty horrible. But...
And you don't have to be overweight, obviously, to be the target of bullies in school. Just anyone who's just a little bit outside that, those thin normal boundaries, and I don't mean that.
Well, that's a scary thing. Anyone, anytime, for any reason can be bullied. And that's where parents are very unaware as well. Because it's hard to really recognize, is my son and daughter being bullied? Even teachers can't be aware of it, right? Because, it's just fact now. Today's school system, anyone, no matter what, can be bullied, which is really horrible.
Well, you managed to kind of claw your way up and out of that thing, but a lot of kids don't. And,
a lot of kids don't.
Suicide is still a problem for young people.
Oh, suicide is just skyrocketed. And that's why I hope through my book, being an inspirational true event story, that I can inspire and give hope to those people that don't have any.
Right. So, I mean, how do you take control of your life? I mean, when the whole world seems to be down on you.
Well,
how do you turn that around?
Well, the best thing is, if you're being bullied out there, the best thing is to do is just to really conjure up the energy and just the, it's such a, you feel so down on yourself and you feel so alone, but, you're not alone. I've been bullied. There's millions of other people out there being bullied, right? Yeah. And just know that, and know that, the first and hardest step is actually just to confront and tell someone about it, right? Like if I had a fear of striped shirts, right? I would like to tell you about it. Maybe you wouldn't wear a striped shirt, but who knows? But then, I feel a lot more comfortable about it because you're telling somebody, and then that's the most important step. Once you tell somebody, then you can really make it, a lot easier.
What about therapy?
Yeah, therapy as well. The thing is, therapy, you're being told, you go for therapy, and it's an older person that really maybe hasn't been through this, right? And, if you look at my book, for instance, myself, my motivational speaking, being at still my young age, I can really connect with youth and adults because, I can just kind of step into their level, really communicate with them, and there's some better therapy than going to a therapist, right? Because I have the lingo, I've been there, and it's first-hand experience, and they can really connect on a level that therapists can't really connect with them with.
Right, okay. Yeah. The book is called Epidemic. A survivor's story. You've got recipes in here. You've got exercise regimen. A lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
People happen to be with that particular problem.
Yeah.
And it's a growing problem, we know.
It's a growing problem. It's an epidemic. My problem was being obese and being bullied, and that's, it covers a lot of that type of stuff. But, no matter what your problem is, or even if you want to just better yourself, right? Achieve your goals. It's a motivational tool to do that.
Right. Yeah. So is the power of positive thinking enter into it?
Definitely, and I really break it down. Anyone could say, just think positive, but there's a technique to it. I make it really easy and really fun to understand, and it gives a lot of hope and a lot of inspiration to those people.
Okay. All right, so there's the book. You can find out more about it on our website, citytv.com/BT Vancouver. Jordan, thanks very much for being here. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Okay, let's go to the newsroom and see what's happening here.
Thank you, Dave. It's just about 9 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. It's been another wet and wild night across